It's been 3 months since our last WarioWare Move It video, mostly because the game wasn't really spoken about much. Never fear though, Wario faithful, the latest direct trailer and website updates have been unleashed upon the world, and we are going to take a deeper look at everything that's been revealed since. Traditionally, the WarioWare games take place in Diamond City, where Wario would set up his latest video game development scheme. This time, however, things are quite a bit different. Wario, who absolutely does not have an onion problem, orders 50 onion burgers at a local fast food joint. By purchasing all of these, he nets himself 50 chances to win an all-expenses-paid trip to a tropical resort. Obviously, he wins and brings the entire team for a relaxing vacation. The English name of this place is not known, though it is in other languages. The Japanese version calls it Barrio Moro Island, while the European languages don't settle on a singular name. The Dutch version calls the location Relaxie, which in English would be closer to Relaxia, so let's stick with that name for now. The story mode in Relaxia takes cues from the older WarioWare titles, with a stage map bringing you from point A to B. You start with Wario, followed by Mona, Crygor, Mike and Penny, Ashley and Red, and Orbulon. At the end of the road, we see a car here, which acts like a mix stage similar to the different Jimmy stages in older games. We actually see a bit of footage of that later in the Nintendo Direct trailer. Interestingly, Lulu is already present here, meaning that she will likely represent a stance that isn't utilized much, similar to how Mike, the well-known karaoke singing robot, was handled in WarioWare Gold. Maybe the hand model, which uses the IR camera, or maybe a new stance where you drop the Joy-Con, which isn't given much room on the Japanese website. When selecting the icon, we see a picture of the character, your personal best score, and which forms the stage will use. In Wario's case, we finally have a name for the basic stance, which is named Choo Choo. Huh? Furthermore, we will see a movie theater to watch the cutscenes. Look at that! A brand new temple. What we were hoping for actually came to fruition. What we expect to happen is that Wario enters this temple, grabs the Joy-Con-like artifacts, and gets chased by the indigenous people we saw in the first trailer. We can make that educated guess from previous WarioWare games, but also from the Japanese website. This page showcases a shot from a cutscene, the 4 microgames you will play, and the boss you will be fighting. Oh, by the way, those indigenous people actually have a name now, as the North American website call them Woods Watchers. Later on the map, we see another statue next to Orbulon. The resemblance is a bit uncanny, isn't it? We have a feeling that the Woods Watchers might mistake Orbulon for one of their own. Don't ask us why, just a hunch. Before we move on, we are glad to see that full-length dialogue seems to be returning from WarioWare Gold. Obviously, we will sincerely miss Charles doing his Wario voice, but the new one seems not too bad. It is hard to make out from just the little bit we've heard, to be frank. Surprisingly, we didn't get any new stage footage, not even on the various websites. But on the Japanese website, we did get an overview of the cast, which lines up quite well with the first shot of the map. From this, we can make an educated guess on who will receive individual stages and stories. We have Wario, Mona, Ashley and Red, Dr. Crygor and Mike and Penny, Orbulon, Kat and Anna, Young Cricket and Master Mantis, Jimmy, Dribble and Spitz, and 9V. Naturally, there could be some hidden ones that they aren't ready to reveal just yet, but Move It seems to take a very traditional approach. The only clarification when it comes to stages is how the 2-player co-op will operate. The entire game is playable with 2 players. How this will work is that players will take turns tackling the various minigames that appear during a stage. But there is one little twist. If the first person fails to complete the microgame, you won't immediately be penalized for it. Instead, the second player gets a chance to redeem the team. If successful, a life is kept intact, moving you further away from an eventual game over, giving you more breathing room. Speaking of ways to play together, there's also Party Mode. There are 5 options of playing present here. We already discussed the board game mode and the survival mode in a previous video, but there are 3 new things that we are uncovering here for the first time. Let's start with the one that we also saw in the Nintendo Direct trailer. Medusa March sees you battling Medusa by clearing microgames, standing still as she turns around, inching ever more closer to her. To win, you must be the first person to reach her. The Japanese website seems to imply that one player can become Medusa and turn around on a whim to turn your opponents into stone, which sounds pretty cool. The next one is seemingly a sequel to Listen to the Doctor from the GameCube's WarioWare Mega Party games. Like before, the Doctor will hand you an instruction to perform during the next microgame, and you will have to act on that accordingly. Afterwards, the player will decide if you did the required action by presenting you with a bunch of thumbs ups. Finally, we have a game that requires 4 players to play as it splits them up into 2 teams of 2, where one team plays the game while the other team tries to suss out who's the faker. Because the twist is that one of 2 players is basically faking their emotions and isn't actually participating. It falls on the other team to find the imposter and earn points while doing so. The idea sounds genuinely fun, particularly as coordination might be too big of a giveaway. A quick update on forms. While we won't go as in-depth as we did last time, we still want to highlight 4 of the names that they'll be called. There is Choo Choo, Baka, Hand Model, and Fashionista. Furthermore, we got more footage on the Japanese website from the sumo wrestler's stance and a special one where you drop the Joy-Con. With wrist straps attached, please. Also, on the Japanese website and the direct trailer, we see another potential 10 stances that are unnamed as of now. Before we send you off on your merry way, here's the footage of every minigame showcased in the last few weeks. Enjoy!
Narrated! 入れろ！上がったら出せ！ほれ！指で入力！届けろ！揺れろ！回して飛ばせ！数えろ！足で挟め！進め！駅に止まれ！ポーズを決めろ！お尻でかけ！尻尾を振れ！磨け！回せ！きれいにしろ！力み続けろ！電話に出ろ！ついばめ！人だけ通せ！入れろ！演奏しろ！ピントを合わせろ！釣り上げろ！ギャングを裏返せ！巻き取れ！切って長さを揃えろ！渡してスタンプ！
And that is all we got time for when it comes to WarioWare Move It. Thank you very much for watching, and keep it locked to GameXplain for more on WarioWare and other things gaming. See you later. Bye.
Straight to your front door. This here is Mona Pizza.